Welcome back. We're coming to you from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime studio. This is Brass Tacks, and now we're shifting focus to our second topic tonight. A day after the new Modi government was sworn in, RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat made a big statement on being a true Sevak to serve the nation. He spoke against ahankar, or arrogance, and stated that being connected with the ground is what is essential to deliver good governance. Mohan Bhagwat also raised the Manipur issue, saying the new government must prioritize resolving tensions on the ground that have persisted for a year now. Notably, this is the first time that Mr. Bhagwat has spoken on the violence in Manipur since it broke out in May of last year. He's also slammed the use of lies and propaganda and what he called gun culture in Manipur, and the lies and propaganda used in the election campaigning, saying that inputs from both sides must be taken seriously. Meanwhile, in the Organizer magazine, which is affiliated to the RSS researcher Mr. Ratan Sharda has written an article on the BJP's dip in the election, saying that the Saffron Party made a mistake by living in an echo chamber of overconfidence, which made it ignore the changing political realities on the ground. The big question remains, though, will a fresh mandate for 5 more years at the centre, will Modi 3.0 heed the words of the RSS?
काम करे लेकिन मैंने किया ये अहंकार न पाले तो हम इस देश की सच्ची सेवा कर रहे ऐसा होगा। एक साल से मणिपुर शांति की राह देख रहा है, उसकी आग में अभी तक जल रहा है, त्राही त्राही कर रहा है, कौन उस पर ध्यान दे?
This is something we have been asking. The India Alliance has been asking for the longest time. That let's have a discussion, let's form a good committee with all party, let's visit, let's give Manipur the confidence.
आदरणीय मोहन भागवत जी, आपको 1 साल के बाद ये समझ में आया कि मणिपुर में हिंसा हो रही है? मणिपुर पिछले 1 साल से शांति के लिए इंतजार कर रहा है, ये आपको 2024 में दिख रहा है? हम बार बार मांग कर रहे हैं कि मणिपुर में जिस प्रकार हिंसा हो रही है उसे रोका जाना चाहिए।
All right, joining us now, Mohan Mangalam, spokesperson of the Congress Party, Ratan Sharda, author and RSS researcher. He also wrote that article in The Organizer, echoing what the RSS chief said. Karan Verma, author who supports the BJP on this. Let me ask you, Ratan Sharda, what is the consensus thinking now in the RSS? That was the BJP too overconfident? Did its workers not hit the ground? And when Mr. Bhagwat says, अहंकार नहीं होना चाहिए, एक सच्ची सेवक के लिए अहंकार नहीं होना चाहिए, who is he hinting at? Who is he talking about?
He's made many statements for long. All RSS chiefs have made many statements which are actually non-aligned, which is not typically, which is about everybody, not any particular party. He said the same thing about bitterness of the campaign, about the fake news that the political parties spread and attack on RSS for no reason at all. So a bipartisan advice to every political party to come out of this kind of hate campaign since election is over, you should be taking care. Yes, arrogance of the opposition which doesn't believe that BJP has yet won, arrogance of BJP, whether it is there or not, we have to see. And of course, what I hinted at was the Karyakartas at the level on the ground who felt that they can ride on Modi ji's shoulder all these 10 years for some more time. But unfortunately, people don't just look at Modi ji, also look at the local candidate. So he has made a general remark about Manipur also. He has actually complimented the BJP for wonderful work done during last 10 years. He recounted some of them. And Northeast was unstable for 70 years. Never forget that. There was no peace. There was no accord. There was gun running, there was gun violence everywhere. Only during the last 10 years, there has been peace. So the opposition, which is clamoring for, Modi, Bhagwatji's statement, should also remember that it was these parties who never paid attention to Northeast, while BJP did.
Okay.
And who better at all than RSS, because RSS has been struggling there to put people into mainstream since last 70 years, from 1950 onwards. And what he said, he also said that if you want development, there is to be peace. In that manner, he said it. He
Okay.
also knows these are very sensitive regions and we have to be very careful. And of course, when he says it, I also take it that BJP should have more demonstrative what it works. It's a very complex scenario, Zaka, you know that. There is drug running, there is religious issue, there is tribe issue. So are we going to make a tamasha out of it? We'll try to find a solution peacefully, taking those communities into confidence.
Okay,
And we
so
know it's
Mohan
there is a
Mangalam,
cartel.
when the RSS chief says you can't have ahankar, arrogance is also not recognizing the mandate and that Mr. Modi has won a third term. That is also a level of arrogance. And also, when he talks about Manipur, who led to this whole mess in the first place? The mess in the northeast was created by the Congress party. That's the contention by Ratan Sharda.
No, I have not said that. I have said
As
there
in,
has
like,
been no peace for a long
yes,
time.
there was no peace for a long
Only
time. Yeah.
BJP was able to close that
Let-
gap. BJP was able to
let-
bring them to the mainstream.
Yeah, let Mohan Mangalam respond. Yeah, Mohan Mangalam.
Zaka, Ratan Sharda ji sounds more like a BJP spokesperson than one for the RSS. If you look at Mr. Bhagwat's comments or his speech in isolation, maybe I could take what Mr. Sharda is saying at face value, that he meant it for the opposition and not rather for the party itself. But there have been murmurs and there have been, about dissatisfaction with the way the results came out, as well as the way Mr. Modi himself has conducted himself, by other leaders as well. I mean, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu said there was a message in here in these election results. Mr. Ram Madhav himself wrote a column talking about how we should be more humble and it's a mandate for humility. And Mr. Bhagwat made a very public rebuke when he said that someone needs to look at Manipur. Why is no one paying attention to Manipur? He obviously didn't mean the opposition. He also said that we should not choose to divide society, no matter how combative the campaigning might be in an election. You shouldn't use rhetoric that actually causes divisive, shouldn't use divisive rhetoric rather that may cause permanent divides in society. He talked about governing through consensus, which is certainly not a hallmark of the Modi government. If you look at their successive governments, they've had one of the highest number of ordinances of any government in our history. And then lastly, he talked about humility again, echoing a little bit of what Mr. Ram Madhav has said, which is that Sevaks need to be more humble. So, you ask anybody on the street, what is the one adjective they won't associate Mr. Modi with? That would be humility. So Mr. Sharda could choose to interpret it as a warning for the opposition. But listen, Mr. Bhagwat is not the ideologue that all of us look up to for advice anyway. If there's anybody in the country who's in a political party that looks to Mr. Bhagwat for advice or looks to him as a guiding light, it would be the BJP.
Okay, Karan Verma, the point is that, there is a message in this mandate. When the people gave 303, they were telling Mr. Modi and his government something. They were rewarding him for something. When the same people reduced that 303 to 240, they're sending out a message to Mr. Modi's government. And Mr. Bhagwat is echoing that message that you need to be humble and that you need to respect the mandate and that you need to course correct. What the opposition is saying is, by installing pretty much the same cabinet and the same council of ministers as last time with a few exceptions, you are not heeding the message of that mandate.
So, Zaka, that's the cultural contrast between the two sides. At one end, we have Prime Minister Modi, the BJP and RSS, where even 240 is considered as a time to introspect, where even though they form the government, they are introspecting about how we can go from strength to strength and build on. And the other side is busy smirking and partying as if they've conquered the world, though it's their third worst performance ever. And for the third consecutive time, they've failed to touch the 3-digit mark. So that is the reality of the two sides, number one. Secondly, you know what Mr. Mohan Bhagwat said? There were three things that stood out. One was the technology used to spread lies. Now, who used technology to spread lies? Who used the deepfake video of Mr. Amit Shah to spread this lies that if BJP gets 400 seats, they'll remove reservation? Who did that? It was the Congress party.
No, but the same thing was said by Mr. Anand Kumar Hegde, former MP. It was said by Mr. Lallu Singh, former MP.
No.
Yes, there was a fake video. I'm not saying no.
What did he say?
That fake video was very much there. But it's not like no BJP member ever said that. It was said on record. Mr. Hegde said it. Mr. Lallu Singh said it.
Let me complete, please. He said usage of technology to spread fake videos. To spread fake news. So that was Congress. Secondly, what did he say? ये election है, कोई जंग नहीं है. Who used the word vote jihad? Who used that phrase in Farrukhabad? Who treated it like a holy war? It was the Congress party again. And then what did he say about Manipur? पिछले कई वर्षों से वहां peace था, इधर 2 वर्ष से नहीं है. Who brought in peace in the last 5-7 years? In the last 5-7 years, insurgency incidents down by 81%. Yes, the last 1.5 years has not been good. In fact, it's been bad and it requires immediate attention. So what did he say? How is this a rebuke of the BJP in any way?
Why does it have to take the RSS chief to remind the government what its basic duty is? That Manipur is burning for the last year.
That everyone is saying. It's not a reminder. The government knows this. Of course, this is something that needs attention and the government is trying to handle it. I expect more from the government, but I only expect the BJP to do it. Not the Congress, which left the Northeast high and dry, where Manmohan Singh, who comes as a Rajya Sabha from the Northeast, did not even find it fitting to visit it 5 times in 27 years. I don't expect the Congress to do it. I expect the BJP to solve this issue. They are the ones who implemented the Assam Meghalaya Accord.
So, Ratan Sharda, the larger messaging, the larger question being asked is, would Mr. Bhagwat have said this so publicly, and that to a day after the swearing in, when Mr. Modi came back with 303? Isn't he saying this because at some level the RSS also does not like this personality cult and, everything happening in the name of one leader, and, even the vote was in the name of Modi ki guarantee? This is a reflection of the changed power dynamics between the Sangh and the government, or at least between the Sangh and the party.
I think you're reading too much into it, Zaka.
Wait, Ratan Sharda, please.
Yeah, see, if Mohan Bhagwat ji had not said now, when would he say it? That is a question, because after the result is out, after there is little introspection, naturally he will speak at that time. Secondly, Mr. Kumar Mangalam calling me BJP spokesperson, he forgets that my article has created havoc all across the net, all across the TV channels, because I have been as forthright as anybody. So this is the difference. There is a report, there is a committee named Mr. A.K. Antony, and that committee report was totally buried, and that his son has moved to BJP. So on one side, we are openly discussing what has gone wrong for BJP, what is not done. I have directly talked about arrogance of the leaders who thought that they don't need anybody. They thought that local issues don't matter at all. Their cadre never came back to report that there are issues at the local level, and we are discussing it. On the other side, you simply bury all these questions of Antony, and you then don't question the Rajkumar, who has failed the Congress party again and again. After 2 decades of work without any responsibility, he gets 99, clap, like he has got some heavenly job. That's not correct. So let us be reasonable. Mohan Rao has been bipartisan. He also, not now, earlier also he has spoken of such word. In fact, I wrote 4 days back that let us return to sane politics. Are we returning to sane politics? Is Mamata Banerjee shutting down the lights when there is oath-taking ceremony going on? Yeah. When Congress is illegitimate government, it has not got mandate. What kind of message are we passing on to people? We are passing on the message that we don't believe in democracy, our institutions are hocus pocus, and you come and say that this is illegitimate government. So every issue, sometime we have to see, reflect. Like I said, as a Swayam said, like Mohanji said as head of the organization, we must reflect, we must come down from this highly hateful and very, very, hot debates.
Mohan Kumar Mangalam, when a senior India Alliance figure like Mamata Banerjee says, I'm going to turn the lights off and I'm going to meditate, I'm not going to watch the swearing-in ceremony because I believe this mandate is not for Mr. Modi. Mr. Kharge, no less, and the India Alliance resolution the day of the mandate said this is a mandate against Mr. Modi. Isn't that also election denialism? Aren't you denying the will of the people?
We're absolutely not denying the will of the people. Mr. Modi fought this election completely under his name, completely saying that he's going to get 400 seats, 370 for his party alone.
Tell me what did you
Can I finish what I'm saying?
No,
Mr.
please,
Sharda,
you also tell what you got.
You can continue being your BJP spokesperson.
Don't keep on abusing Modi ji. We are enough to abuse or you to abuse, we can criticize. But when you did not get the votes, neither percentage, what are you talking about?
If he's going to talk about
let him finish. Yeah, let him finish. Yeah, Mohan, yes.
As calm as possible here.
Yeah,
right?
Mohan, yes.
First of all, I think this man needs to pick up a dictionary and look at what abuse means. Because all I said about Mr. Modi are facts, which is that he fought the election entirely in his name. He said they were going to cross 400 as an alliance, 370 alone. And when he is brought below majority, and this is not, why I said Mr. Shahda is talking like a BJP spokesperson, because he's trying to blame the cadre and the mid-level leaders, when it is no less than Mr. Modi, whose own election was in jeopardy for a bit when he was trailing, and his margin of victory has fallen incredibly. When Mr. Shahda uses words like Rajkumar, it is akin to Mr. Modi using words like Shahzada. Listen, we fought this election as an alliance, as a complete India bloc against not only Mr. Modi, but against the media, against the ED, against the IT, against the CBI, against the entire system. And we managed to bring this man under majority. And it is only because of that that things are going, haywire in the BJP. In my own state of Tamil Nadu, for example, a man who was brought in after he retired from the IPS was heralded by even the national media as some sort of next prime minister, could not win his own election, and now is being attacked by his own party members openly in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
In fact, one of the Sangh has attacked the IT head of BJP, saying, accusing him of sexual harassment. This is all just because he's come below majority.
So you're saying all of this is happening because you've managed to reduce Mr. Modi from 303 to 240. Okay.
I'm saying he's not the invincible force that he was projecting himself
fair enough.
to be.
Yeah, okay. Karan Verma, he's not the invincible force. He's not this election-winning juggernaut anymore. He is, after all, biological.
Zaka, leave aside what Mr. Modi is. Arey, aap kya ho? You have lost 47 out of the last 58 elections. That is your reality. You've just given your third worst electoral performance ever. The last two times
again you're talking about the Congress when we fought as the India bloc.
Do I need to tell you manners that you were preaching? Please keep quiet.
You don't have to teach me manners.
You need to be
Okay, gentlemen, let's leave aside the personal attacks. Karan, finish your point. Karan, finish your point.
They have not even been able to get the leader of the opposition status. And what was the target Rahul Gandhi had set? 295. Sidhu Moosewale ka gana sun lo, 295 aane ja rahe. Now, will Rahul Gandhi apologize and say, I have lost because my expectations were 295? I mean, you eat humble pie every single time the people make you eat humble pie, but so rigid is your ego that you don't even get to learn humility. That's your reality.
All right, we'll have to leave it at that. I'm completely out of time. Thank you very much, Ratan Sharda ji, Mohan Mangalam and Karan Verma for joining us. Let's see. I don't think it's a coincidence that Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, who speaks very rarely, by the way, has come out and said what he did. Hopefully, whoever his intended audience was will heed that lesson. That's a wrap. I'll catch you again tomorrow night, same time. Good night.